Hi, I'm Amy Northard, the accountant for creatives, and today I'm going to walk you through what our reasonable compensation report looks like once you've purchased it. So first I will share my screen. You will get an email from me, which looks like this. You'll click the link in the email and it will pop up this screen. So you will need to walk through the steps. When you fill out the purchase form, it asks for what type of business you have. And so before you get this link, when I set up the interview, it requires me to enter your business type. So for this example, we're going to be completing this for an owner of a women's clothing retail store. And the owner is located in Indiana. And we'll do County of Hamilton. Now it wants to know how many hours a week does the owner work each week. So be realistic, think about your average work week and answer accordingly. So for her, she's got 30 hours a week. Now, basically what we do with those 30 hours is we're going to tell the program how we spend them. So you might think, oh, I'm the CEO of the business, 100% CEO hours. But as a small business owner, you wear a lot of hats. You do a lot of different things for the business. You might be doing your bookkeeping. You might be doing janitorial services of the retail shop. So there's a lot of different things that you do as the owner of the business that you need to factor in here. So we'll go through these pretty quickly, but they do all give you a little description of the different things. I put janitor in here because, like I just mentioned, the shop owner is probably cleaning up a little bit before the shop closes every day. Administrative, these are things like bookkeeping, answering telephones, things like that. So I'll mark that. Marketing, they're probably working in the shop, so they're a retail person. This option is for order clerks, so someone that is receiving orders online, processing those payments. So go through and mark everything that applies. We already took care of bookkeeping with the previous screen in administrative. So that. Human resources, if you have a lot of employees, you may spend an hour a week just dealing with, human resource type. Wholesale and retail. So we've got all those marked. So like I said, be sure to read all of these very closely. This chief executive option is probably not going to be something that this person needs to select, but they probably spend a little bit of time. Okay, so this is really helpful. If you do click on this, it is warning you basically that if you put too much time toward this position, it will make your salary extremely high. So some of these are kind of in mind with like a larger company. Right. You have not added any My Business tasks to your profile. So if you search in here retail, you can see that there's retail buyer, which the owner probably does. And probably also the salesperson for a little while, and stock shelves. If you want to, you can also look through this alphabetical list to get some other ideas. But those are going to be the main ones that apply to this position. Alright, so this step is basically allocating those hours that you chose at the beginning to the jobs that you said you do. So we'll just kind of play around with it. Alright, so now we're at 100%. You want to make sure you allocate 100% of your time. With this one, you are telling them how proficient, essentially, you are. So if you have a lot of experience, and it's really for more of the skilled things, if you are a skilled bookkeeper, and that's where you're spending a lot of time, you can mark it as above average. So this little slider moves around, but you can choose which one you want. The higher you move it, the higher your hourly rate associated with that job will be. So we'll just say average for custodial, office clerk. A lot of these are going to be average unless it's something that you are specializing in. So maybe you have a long background in marketing and salesperson, it's a high paid salesperson, or you're in a high rent district. You can move that above average. Just look through all of these. For me, human resources isn't my background. So if I were filling this out for myself, I would probably put this below average. I don't know a ton of it. I'd have to research a lot of things. So that's, why I would move that one down. And we'll leave all of these at average. And now one thing that you'll see here is that in going through all of those, we did not allocate hours. So you can go this way, or you can do it as you're assigning your proficiency. But basically on each one, you're divvying up how much time do you spend in the shop as a retail salesperson, and then how much are you spending on taking orders. So each one, you want to make sure that it shows 100. This one only has one job, so we'll leave it at 100. And it won't let you go past 100. Alright, now it should be ready. Those are all the steps. So you'll click on this Show Me the Report. And based on the answers that we just entered, the reasonable compensation for this retail shop owner would be $32,992. This is for the 2024 tax year. It is recommended that you repeat this report each year because rates change, inflation happens, things like that. If this comes back and let's say it's like $150,000, it's just completely unreasonable for the type of job and the types of things you're doing, you can go back and edit your answers for up to 30 days. So maybe you did choose that you are CEO for half your time and you want to edit that. That would be an example of something that's going to drastically affect this number. Keep this report in your documents for the tax year that you do it for. This is basically your backup to the IRS if they were to ever question how you got to your reasonable compensation amount. So be sure you keep this on hand in with your tax documents in the case of an audit and they ever question. You can get an idea of what it looks like. It's got all of the percentages and the ratings that we entered in there. And then this is the business summary. So we'll get that report immediately after completing the questionnaire like this. You'll want to download it. And then it explains the methodology and other considerations. So you're welcome to read through this once you complete the report. It is really interesting how they come up with it. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much.